it's just trying to reiterate and try and get the message across that, the cancellations are hitting this industry, this sector hugely, and that we need government support. The hospitality industry has been struggling, like many other industries. Airlines, travel. But I can only speak from a point of view of mine and a hospitality point of view that the government need to get some clear and direct messaging into supporting this industry before it falls off a cliff edge.
So here, let me hold up the article here. We could discuss this. This is, you say 654 cancelled bookings in just 6 days. Please don't bring us to our knees again. And when I looked at the article, Tom, I see that's 654 bookings cancelled in one restaurant. Is that right?
That's just one restaurant over a 6-day period. Now, that was cancellations that were coming in for the forthcoming number of weeks. But that was before yesterday's press conference. So there will be a lot more coming through now. And listen, I get it. I understand it. The hospitality industry understands why people will be making those cancellations. Nobody wants to be ill. Everybody wants a Christmas this year. No one wants to be self-isolating. We don't want to go back to like Christmas like last year. Everybody understands there's a public health issue going on. There is no one wants to be we have full sympathy with the cancellations, but at the same point, you can't kind of tear up an industry and give mixed messaging from government. Chris Whitty saying one thing about prioritising or deprioritising the people that you meet and making sure that you just go to the social gatherings that you feel strongly about and cancelling the rest of them without a government backing it up. The government is still talking about going and honouring those Christmas parties and going to it, whilst you've got the chief medical advisor saying another thing. So this mixed messaging is incredibly damaging to an industry, and I think it's a difference between messaging and mandating. And if it's something that the government bring into place, then it comes into the financial question about financial support and compensation for businesses that are having to close down or lose so much of their bookings in an incredibly important period between now and Christmas. Many restaurants, hotels and pubs will take 20 to 25% of their yearly revenue between December and that January New Year period. So it's vitally important that these places operate, and if they can't operate fully, that they're supported.
I'm amazed at I should know this, but the proportion of the annual take that is December, which you write about in your piece. But here's the thing that Tom's saying. Because the government hasn't banned us from eating out, they're not offering Tom compensation.
That's deliberate.
You both agree on that here?
Absolutely.
I think so as well.
This is the government. It's total playing politics and money with people's industry, people's livelihoods, and people's lives.
So they're saying we suggest you don't go out.
Yeah.
And then when Tom gets all of his cancellations, they say, oh, dear, I'm sorry you lost your business.
Exactly, and I agree with him about sympathising with those that have cancelled, because when you've got, Professor Chris Whitty saying that you should only prioritise those, social gatherings that you deem most important, obviously people are going to be cancelling, especially because of what they've been hearing in the news. I think that the reason why Boris Johnson is holding off on announcing financial support is because of, obviously, the vote that happened recently where he saw over 100 backbenchers rebel against him on the topic of vaccine passports. And if he were to announce extra support for businesses, there will be a lot of pushback from backbenchers. Yeah. And he's already in a lot of trouble at the moment, and it's not fair.
I'm just going to read the best line from your piece, Tom, if I can. Many pubs, bars, cafes and restaurants will now implode without help. And before some gammon-faced idiot says, you can afford it, fat lad, I should make clear that, yes, I probably can.
I mean, we all know what social media is like, and everyone will say, yeah. And yes, it is true. I recognise I'm in a fortunate position that from businesses and from, I earn money externally. We've written cookbooks. We do television programmes. For me personally, we will be able to ride through and weather the storm. But, the hospitality industry is a much bigger picture. It employs 3 million people. And then beyond that, it's the ripple effect. If we're not, if our orders are 50% down, that's 50% down on agriculture, fisheries, farming. It has a huge effect. It's massive throughout the country. And I agree with Dominique. It really is a big issue here that it does feel that Boris Johnson with millions of people's lives.
Yeah, just one more. I mean, if these restaurants are going to be half empty, Right. I'm just thinking, is there not an opportunity there? There are lots of people, Dominique would be in this category for sure, that you're not bothered about going into a crowded restaurant.
Yeah, no, I want to go.
Well, Tom, why can't you get yourself hooked up with the millions of people like Dominique who actually thought you were fully booked?
Well, I mean, this is it. There's many places around, but I have to be honest that there are many people like Dominique that are refilling those spaces. The phones are going. However, at the minute, this last run up towards Christmas, there is more in the way of cancellations, and it is because people don't want to be self-isolating on Christmas Day, and I get it. So, I very happily go to a restaurant. I would very happily go and sit down and meet my friends and have a great time. But I do understand the concerns that people have that they don't want to be self-isolating. If they haven't seen, that last year they didn't spend the time with their mums or their grandparents, perhaps this is the time that they're just going, I understand that, listen, we're meeting up next week. I don't want to catch it. I don't want to get on a bus or a train. I want to, spend some time and really enjoy Christmas. I get it. But at the same point, if you do want to go out, please, there's thousands and thousands of restaurants up and down the country that have spaces and tables ready for your bums to sit on them seats.
Thank you very much, Tom. Happy Christmas to you. And I should say, I think you're at the Hand and Flowers, aren't you? Which is your Michelin-starred pub in Marlow, Buckinghamshire. Thank you.
I am, yeah. I'm sat here right now waiting for somebody else to make me a coffee.
Take care.
Such a brilliant chef, such a thoroughly decent man.
Yeah.
Thoroughly lovely.
Well, I feel so sorry for him because the whole hospitality industry. I've got booking tomorrow night somewhere. I'm going, right? The 6 of us booked in. 2 have dropped out because they've actually got Omicron. Oh. So there's 4 of us left. I feel bad. I keep saying, OK, we're down to 5, we're down to 4. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I wonder if I'm going to go to the restaurant. There's not going to be anyone there.
Yeah. Possibly.
A lot of people are saying it was actually easier when there was limited capacity rules because now there isn't any additional support whatsoever, as he was saying. So it makes it actually harder than it was before.
On the upside, yourself and care getting anywhere.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And actually, you're probably safer because there won't be very many people in there. You'd just be hoping everyone that's going in there's done a wee lateral flow or something before they went in to make sure that everybody in there's all right.